Okay. All right. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing
Hi,
great.
Amy. Hi, Kara.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
So, yeah, guys, right now, we are recording this instead of going live because, um, for whatever reason, Facebook and my Zoom do not like to connect easily. And Kara and Amy have children to feed, so we are going to record and then I'll put it up. So if anybody has questions afterwards, just put them in the comments and we'll get it answered, right? So Karen and Amy are from the Coraopolis Community Development, which is one of the nonprofit organizations in town, and they do a lot for a lot of people and a lot of businesses and just for the town in general. I have the executive director, Amy Kavickia, with me, and also the director of economic development and community engagement, Kara Mason. So hello. We are going to go over a couple of things today that the CCD actually, some of their programs, which is they have the food pantry in town, a snack pack program that works for children over the weekends, providing them food when they're not in school, even though nobody's in school right now, but it's still, food is always an issue, right, Amy? I mean, that's feeding these families is a big important part of what you do. We have the community garden, train station, and then economic development in general in town. And then Kara, I think we're going to talk about a workshop in Dollar Bank that I think you can touch on. So, right now, let's talk about, because we are going through everything with the coronavirus and this pandemic, and a lot of people are unemployed, and food is actually, it's getting harder and harder to come by. We're being limited to everything, and I know a lot of people don't necessarily have the income and the funds that they once had maybe 2 months ago. Amy, you serve families twice a month, and from what I understand, you've like increased the number of people you're serving like triple.
Yeah, we usually serve about 260 families a month. And we are 260 people a month, about 75 families.
Mm-hmm.
And we are at 324 families as of last week, which is 644 people reached. And that was just 1 week in service, not a month.
Yeah.
Food insecurity is a real thing right now. People are afraid. And I guess my message tonight is we will never say no. Come, there's no judgment. We don't say no. We will give you food.
Right. And also, I know one of the things that I thought was pretty impressive is that it's kind of an honor system. Like, you don't even ask for proof of residency.
Well, if in a normal situation, we do actually ask for proof of residency only. There's a very short form to fill out on an honor system where you circle, your income bracket, your age, if you're on disability, if you receive SNAP. And then the only thing that we require is proof of residency. But now in this pandemic, we can't have that contact and that closeness with filling out the form. So that's been thankfully waived for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not saying no to anybody. It doesn't, and we don't anyway, in a regular, normal, everyday world, we don't say no. It just doesn't matter.
And is the pickup when you are serving these families right now, it's contactless, right?
For the most part, yeah. We are doing deliveries. We are, on Saturday, we deliver to 2 apartment buildings in town, State Manor and Coraopolis Towers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about 180 deliveries. Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday, we have 9 drivers that deliver to about 100 different homes in our service area, which is Crescent, Moon Township, Coraopolis, Neville Island, and Groveton. And then we have about 100 people drive up for service. And drive-by service means the police are involved. The Coraopolis Police Department has been just amazing. They set up, they close down a lane. People drive up, they stay in their cars, they open their trunks, and we have volunteers that put the boxes of food.
Like a curbside pickup.
Yeah, just like you see on the news from the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank.
Right,
it's the same process.
Right. And then during normal times, it's actually more like a grocery store shopping experience, right? Like they can.
Right. And I think that was probably the hardest change that we had to make because, since our food pantry has been open, we have treated it like a grocery store. So people would come in, they're given points based on need, they have their bags, a volunteer helps them shop in our store,
Yeah.
and then they go about their way. So when we had to switch to drive-by and delivery only, it was really difficult for me to decide what they want to eat. Like it's not, people have different tastes and
Mhm.
different likes. So that was really difficult for us. We
Yeah.
were definitely unique with our grocery store atmosphere. So,
Right.
but we made adjustments and I think we're doing okay. Zero complaints so far. So that's great.
Awesome. And I know that one of the things that you often ask for is cereal donations. And that is
Cereal.
because cereal is actually a very expensive commodity. Um, and so
Well, it's $3 a box. It could be
yeah,
$1 to $3 a box depending on where you shop. And I just can't buy that at the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank. I can sometimes buy cornflakes.
yeah, right.
So
So that is something
um,
that is appreciated when there are the donations. And I know that Tiffany from Erie Insurance has been collecting boxes of cereal, and she still is. So if
yes.
anybody did want to donate and didn't know how, there's multiple ways to donate. I mean, you can contact any single one of us on here right now. You can contact Tiffany. Tiffany is accepting donations on her porch at 930 Ridge Avenue. She's also in the process of building a box where you can put the food into.
Blessed box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
So
So
awesome.
I know that she's
Tiffany
been
has
collecting
been,
donations. Amy,
I'm sorry.
where else can people, how can they help, or where can they like donate?
So Tiffany has agreed. I had a conversation with her after she did the April cereal drive. She was going to do it for a month and I called her and I said, you donated 455 boxes. And she's like, yes. I said, I have 50 left. And she says, oh my goodness.
Right.
And I said, I don't want to overwhelm you, but if
Yeah.
you would be willing to continue this,
Yeah.
I mean, you have an enormous network and it's working. People are,
Yeah.
so she agreed to do it. Brian Sable with United Methodist Church also agreed to do it. So I think we're having a regular stream of cereal come in, which is such a huge part of our boxes. I mean, we personally, my family goes through 2 to 3 boxes a week.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids can feed themselves. You can eat it without milk, with milk. It's a staple.
Yeah.
In
Any
our
time of the
boxes.
day too.
Yes. So, to answer your question, if anyone wants to donate, please contact me, you, anyone,
Yeah.
and we will set up. We're very flexible with our schedule now, so I can meet anyone. I have good tips and advice for having a cereal drive or a food drive, things that work to bring in more food.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's another thing.
And
if somebody wants to do their own cereal drive, like do something maybe like Tiffany's doing, if they have, it doesn't even have to be, I mean, they could do it as an individual. It doesn't have to be a small business, but they can.
Yeah, we've had several families. Nikki Stewart, she's in our garden as well. She's been a longtime volunteer.
Yeah.
She recently did a cereal drive in March, and she got 150, 175 boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
And she was a little disappointed she didn't hit 200. But I said, we're in the middle of a pandemic and people are throwing cereal at your front door, and it's okay. Like, it's great. We're getting it. So it's one thing that we always need and we always go through. So
right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And then to go along with the food pantry, the snack pack program.
The snack pack program. We have a new employee. Her name is Crystal Stadnick. She's a part-time employee. Her title is the program manager. And she was, she's already been handling the snack pack program from August. She's been a volunteer since 2018. And we were fortunate enough to be able to hire her in February to continue the snack pack program, take over the food pantry and the community garden.
Mm-hmm.
And, the pandemic hit, and there were some concerns, and the food pantry turned into something out of control, like out of what we imagined it to be. So She is still managing the snack pack program, even though school is out. Her and a woman named Kelly Willard they're delivering packs to these children's homes, just simply dropping them on the porch and leaving. And we will continue to do that until the school year is over.
Mm-hmm.
We talk to the school. I talk to the school daily, and they have something going on over the summer with their Pride program. But we are going to fill in weeks where they can't feed the kids. They're going to continue to feed the kids lunches Monday through Friday, and there's a couple of weeks where they're off of the program. So we will step in and prepare snack packs twice a week for however many kids want them this summer. So it's a very successful program. We're hoping to double our numbers next year. We're currently serving 54 children. Our goal is 100 for next school year.
Awesome. And that's, you guys, this is the snack pack program. So food kids can take home over the weekend to have for snacks, like Pop-Tarts, cracker packages, stuff like that, right? Chef
Boyardee, mac and cheese, Pop-Tarts, granola bars, oatmeal, you name it. Individual boxes of cereal, Go-Gurt, Slim Jim.
Like basically anything you'd put in a lunch that's non-perishable or take on a car trip or something like that is the
we
perfect.
Try to include and we try to include 3 pieces of fresh fruit with every bag. The last couple of weeks it's been difficult to get delivered or to pick up, but we do our best for sure. Crystal's doing an amazing job running that program. I asked her when we were funded for the program, I said, "Hey, Crystal, do you want to do this?" And she said yes. And I kind of just handed her over and walked away. And she's just been an amazing asset to our group. She just hits the ground running, and she's just so organized. And it's unbelievable. We're so grateful for her, for sure.
That's fantastic. Kudos to Crystal. So, okay. In all that, we talked about the community garden. That is, so behind the garden house, which is kind of where you guys, that's like kind of where the CCD runs, the garden house, which is on Broadway. I don't know the address, right across from Rite Aid, the White House, right?
Yep. Yes.
In the back, there is a nice big big yard, raised boxes, everything. And you guys, people can adopt a plot and they take care of it, and volunteers help weed and pick and everything else throughout the year. You have the vegetables that you give to people and or sell them for donations for the food pantry, right? I'm probably not, I know you could probably word this way better than that. Our garden,
the purpose of the garden is twofold. It's obviously to grow vegetables for our guests at our food pantry that we serve people the first and third Sunday of every month. But Mother Nature has, other plans sometimes, and in the years past, there were several lots and hundreds of pounds that were just not being wasted, but we were begging people to take them. And so something just popped up on my screen. Okay. A couple of years ago, maybe not last summer, but the summer before, I thought, how can I don't want to waste these vegetables because so many hours go into, with so many volunteers.
Right.
So I came up with this idea for a pop-up garden. I thought, well, people in the community want a farmer's market. A lot of our members of our community can't drive. They don't drive. They walk. And so I thought, well, let's have a pop-up garden. And so for a donation, I'm not selling them. And if you can't give me a donation, it's fine. We don't say no to anybody. Like I said, you come into the garden, you pick your own vegetables and that's it. And so you get these organic, fresh, literally you're picking the tomatoes off the vine to bring home to your family for a small donation. And it's been hugely successful. Again, it's not just the garden is, we are trying to grow vegetables for our client or our guests at the food pantry, but it's also community driven. The volunteers in our garden are, members of our community. We have 10 groups that are anxious to start in the garden this summer. We've added, like you said, a couple of raised beds. The coolest part of this summer is that we have 2 new raised beds on the outside of the garden. And Crystal is going to be managing that. So these beds are going to have a variety of vegetables for all of us to enjoy. So if you, Leah, oh, I need tomatoes, let's just walk down to the garden and you can pick a couple of tomatoes for yourself. So it's open to the community. And because people, they want the vegetables, and I thought we need to give back, and it's just, we got,
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. We're excited about that.
It's like the free little library stands that you see in neighborhoods, but it's a garden. So you can go out and grab what you need, grab a tomato.
Yeah, I love it. Speaking of that little library, there is one on Vance Avenue. Did you know that?
Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah. So, okay, train station. So this is a work in progress, and will one day be fantastic, and I'm very excited about it. I love following it. I know it's a lot of work though, and a lot goes on behind the scenes that I think a lot of people don't realize. One of the things is recently a grant was, you guys got a grant for $175,000, and in order to get the money though, there's, you have to match it, and there's a million bids and everything else. There's a ton of red tape behind the scenes, right? So we're still working on that. Yes.
So last February, I think, we were, it was public knowledge that we received the Keystone Communities grant for $175,000 for the roof of the train station. Which is fantastic. We were so super excited. We had applied for the Keystone grant several years in a row and were unsuccessful, and we got it. And I remember thinking, this is great. Like, it was the first grant I wrote. I had no idea what I was doing. And so I had a lot of help. Jonna with the DCED was very helpful with us to get that grant. But what people don't understand is that it's a reimbursable grant, so we don't see any of that money. The CCD does not see any of that money as a reimbursable grant. So we have to bid. We have to get the contract signed. So in February, when it was announced, we didn't get our contract with the state signed until July. So July through the winter, we were looking at roofers, trying to figure out who we're going to hire, applying for other grants. We were awarded the CITF grant the same year for $237,000. And that was announced, I think in December, November, October. And we still don't have a contract signed. We're still working on that. So it was in October, and it's now March or May, and we don't have a contract signed yet. So it just takes a very long time. It's not, we do love the grants that are, there are no rules or no guidelines. They simply just hand you a check. Those are wonderful grants, but those aren't the grants that we were getting for the train station.
Right.
There's always
that would be lovely.
paperwork.
Here.
Yeah. So we also received a Richard King Mellon grant in the amount of $237,000. And that's also a reimbursable grant. So all of these grants, it was a roughly $700,000 that we were awarded last year. That is not money into the CCDF. They're reimbursable, like I said. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. We're working closely with our construction consultant. His name is Ken Fox with Imperial Construction. And we take it one day at a time. So we're very hopeful that we can start construction on the roof in June. So we have the final 3 bids, and we're really hopeful that we can start construction on the roof in June, which is very exciting. Once the roof is done and the water stays out of the building, then we can move on to permanent utilities to the building, fix the canopy in the back. The canopy is, when you drive by, the biggest eyesore with the holes.
Yeah,
we're gonna fix that as well. So we're excited. We've been very anxious. It's been a long time, a long process, but we're gonna hit the ground running hopefully in June. So
sounds good. It's exciting. I just can't wait to see the end result.
Neither can we. We're very excited about it.
I know. So and then Kara, economic development, the workshop, Dollar Bank. You just came on in January, correct?
Yep. Yeah,
With
January.
CCD, and I think it's when I heard about you and your position, I got really excited. I said, "Oh, this is great, Amy. You have your hands full, and with the food pantry and everything else."
Kara has been a gift to our organization, and I remember we met before her start date in January, and we were both a little nervous. I've been alone for 3 years, and she came on board, and we instantly connected, and I couldn't ask for a better team with Kara and Crystal.
Yeah.
I mean, we call ourselves the dream team because we work so well together.
Love it.
So,
I love, and that's great. I mean, having a good working relationship helps, right?
For sure.
Yeah, Kara. So I know that everything I think that Amy probably wanted to do, but
failed to do.
No,
not
Amy.
fail.
There is no fail in anything you have done.
No.
Your hands are full. Your hands are
And I mean, as the organization continues to grow, there really is a need at this point, and the organization's almost 15 years old. So there's really a desire and a need at this point to kind of expand upon that community development piece of the organization's mission. So I was super excited to join the team in January. Amy and Crystal are wonderful to work with. I'm really fortunate to have such a great group to work with, and very excited. I mean, the pandemic certainly put a little kink into our plans. We had some great events lined up for the spring, but really, we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're hopeful that we can still have these events and really show off, particularly like the downtown area of Coraopolis is so special. I think a lot of people see that, it's like one of the few sidewalk lined downtowns in Pittsburgh left. I mean, it's an existing original Main Street downtown. It's so special. It has a great group of stores, so charming. And so we really want to bring people to the downtown center, show it off through these events. So that's what some of these events are designed to do. We had an art walk lined up for April with Cindy Gilberti's studio. And we had about 20 other businesses were signed up to participate. We were going to have art inside the stores. So visitors would go from store to store, check out some art, check out some stores they haven't been inside, and have a great time. So we're still going to do that. We postponed it to October. And hopefully things will be settled down at that point. But we do have an exciting concert series lined up for the summer that I was hoping I could put a little plug in. This is a sneak peek. We haven't really talked about this with anybody yet. I tried to print out the flyer, which we can.
Oh, okay.
It's backwards, but.
No, but it's okay.
Yeah. So originally we're doing second Saturdays. Okay. So it's a concert series over the summer months. It was supposed to start in June and go June, July, and August. Okay. And now we pushed it back a month. So we're doing July, August, and September. We have some great bands lined up. It'll be from 12 to 4 on that second Saturday of each month that we talked about. And, like I said, really it's about promoting Coraopolis and how everything that it has to offer, and bringing more people into the center of town to enjoy, everything it has to offer, and to enjoy some music, some food trucks. So we're very excited about it. So the first concert will be in July 11th. And we have the Whelming Waters, which is sort of like a folksy, rock band. It's like a 6 or 7 piece ensemble. Habitat, which is like a funky kind of funky jazzy kind of rock band. And Alan Ghetto, who is a solo artist, a folk solo artist. Nice. So that's the first lineup.
So exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited about it, and hoping that everything can go as planned. And that's just, some of these events are really designed to be marketing the town and be bringing more people downtown. And I heard a little birdie told me that we have a couple new stores opening up on Fifth Avenue. So we're pretty excited about that too. So maybe everything will line up and we can all be together.
Stars will align. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I mean, as you guys know, and I'm a real estate agent. That's what I do. And when I get listings in town, one of the things that I do mention is that it's a walkable community where you can eat, drink, and shop locally, because that's, it's not just, we don't just have a grocery store here anymore. You know what I mean? You can like walk down, there's the food trucks, you can get drinks, food, shop, it's just, it's becoming everything I've always wanted it to be. And I'm sure so many other people feel like that.
We have some great hair salons too.
Yeah, I mean, just everything. I mean, everything
nails, hair,
you need, even on the weekends when you're working, you need to run out to the hardware store. I mean, True Value. There's everything you could possibly need is right here in town, and everyone is just so nice. And like everyone, you walk in, you get to know the owners, and it's fantastic. I'm just so excited about everything going on in town, and that's why I do these, because I want people to, like, who maybe aren't from here, or even people that are from here, like, they might not be familiar that we have the food pantry, or like, Kara, this gives you the perfect platform to like give a sneak peek of this concert series. Like, that's so exciting, especially when I think, when everything does start to open back up, like, it's a weird world.
Yeah.
For the next at least a year. You know what I mean? So like, if you can stay local and still be like outside, and we're not jam-packed into like a 60,000 person arena or something like that, right, which we're probably not even.
Street is perfect for our concert. It's big enough, you can hear at the alley
right. I mean, just go, even if you're not comfortable walking in the stores yet, you can still just walk through the town, get fresh air, hear the music, look at the store. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it's I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. So, and then what else what is this Thursday thing?
Yeah. So part of our goals for economic development is continuing to build partnerships with organizations in the community and corporations. And so we've got a lot of interest. We're really fortunate to have interest from Dollar Bank in partnering with our organization. And so this is something that we can offer to the community free of charge. It's expert advice from Dollar Bank experts on financial assistance that's available to them, particularly during this time of pandemic. A lot of people are struggling, and some for the first time, and aren't familiar with what their options might be. And so this is meant to provide a platform for asking questions, for getting information about what's available. I mean, it ranges from business loans, commercial loans, mortgages, it runs the gamut. I think the flyer on the Facebook event kind of lists out some of the topics that will be covered. But
that's fantastic.
We're really excited to offer this to the community. And I mean, anyone can join. It's a Zoom call similar to this. So anybody can call in. You don't even have to be on the video. You can just choose audio and be a part of it. And so we're looking forward to doing more of these types of offerings to the community, just to kind of supplement what we're already doing.
That's great. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. So 7 p.m. this Thursday. Hopefully.
What date is Thursday?
The 14th.
Yes.
Yeah. The 14th. Yeah.
So 7 p.m. on Thursday, and is that going to be? Is this going to be like a live Facebook thing?
Yeah, it's a Zoom. Yeah, but it'll be broadcast.
It's not a Facebook.
What's that?
Yeah, it's not a Facebook thing, but maybe maybe we could record it. And
if we can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out.
We'll record it for sure.
We're learning. So right, you can, there is the ability to live stream a Zoom call on Facebook. How, like, obviously though, I again tonight had a problem. And whatever. I mean, technology is new. we're all,
It's a blessing for us because we're going to practice tomorrow for our Thursday event because we've never hosted a Zoom before.
It's our first time.
Yeah. Well, Zoom is pretty easy. You'll have no problem doing that. It's when you start getting into these attaching two different systems, I think. I don't know. I'm not an IT person, but maybe there's a billion people online right now, like, because it's like 6 o'clock at night. So everybody's like on social media and I can't connect. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's it. And it's not me. So
Thursday's thing is actually going to be moderated by a gentleman named Ray Garofalo. And he's a vice president of community development at Dollar Bank. And he's actually from Coraopolis. I mean, and in our work, we find this a lot. Like, Amy, I think you would agree. There are just people, there are people from Coraopolis, or if you're not from here, you love it, or you've had a great experience with it out in the world. And so this work is really about bringing those people together and bringing in, partners who know and see how special the community is here. So he's going to be our mediator, the moderator, I should say, for Thursday night. And he's actually, he grew up in Coraopolis.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
So is the information on the CCD's Facebook page on how to get onto that Zoom call? Okay.
Yeah, it's an event that we set up through the CCDC Facebook page. Okay. And we just posted it again today. So it should be pretty easy to find, but all the call-in information is on there, as well as the names of the Dollar Bank experts that'll be joining and kind of speaking that night too.
Amy, did I cut you off there for a sec? No, you weren't. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so did I hit on everything, all the different programs and everything that we should talk about?
I think so. I did want to mention there have been a lot of different people that have been consistent with helping us since the pandemic happened. And I just wanted to mention those people. Ray Kinnaman, number one. He has been my number one supporter and fan and helper and leader in the food pantry. He has, when I went to him and I said, I'm not sure what to do. And he goes, we'll do it together. And that was it. And we've been doing it together. So I wanted to say thank you to Ray. His partner, Brian, as well, with the United Methodist Church. They've been doing food drives, and he's also been helping so many drivers. The Cornell School District have been, they have loaned us 2 vans of their Cornell minivans and drivers to deliver to both State Manor Apartments and the Coraopolis Towers. And that's just to name a few. I mean, I can't tell you enough or express how wonderful this community is. You know, in times of crisis, we come together. Mike Engel is another one. He has a huge pickup truck. I called him. I said, Mike, I've got a lot of deliveries on this route. He says, no problem. Every single week he's there to show up. So we're lucky. You know, when you're selling Coraopolis, it's a walkable, shoppable, we have a grocery store kind of town, but we have the best people. We have the best community members. So thank you, Coraopolis, and to all of those who have helped us. We wouldn't be who we are without you. So thank you.
Amy, it takes a village, right?
That's my hashtag.
That is one thing.
Tagline. Well, and we also have another wonderful, a couple other wonderful organizations. So like Lucinda Wade at Coraopolis Youth Creations, and Tiffany and the Sewickley Valley YMCA. They've been working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge
basic
donations.
Doing a basic needs drive. I mean, like the borough, the police, like you mentioned, everybody's been coming together. And you don't want a pandemic, obviously, but it's been really cool to see how everybody's been just coming together and doing what they need to do and rolling their sleeves up. I mean, businesses that had to close their stores and can't work, instead they're choosing to use their free time to help food pantry or collect.
Sina at Backburner is the number one example. She says, listen, we're closed on Sunday. I want to teach my kids to give back. And her family, they came with their masks and their gloves. And they loaded, and her kids were so well behaved. I tried to give them chocolate. She looked, She gave me, I'm like, I will undermine you. But her kids are putting juices in the cars and social distancing. Every single one of our small businesses, Tootsie's, donation, Jordan's Donuts, Nico's Pizza. Jordan gave coupons to our snack pack participants. So every child that gets a snack pack can go and get a free donut.
Yeah,
And
that's a great idea.
the same thing with pizza. Nico's Pizza did the same thing with a slice of pizza and a pop. So our community members, our small business owners, I mean, there's no better place to live than Coraopolis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we always see a lot of people helping and giving back, but like for the last 2.5 months, I think this has done nothing but show the best of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I really feel like I just just time after time after time, people stepping up, you know, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah. I haven't been out of Coraopolis. I go from home to food pantry to back home. But it's certainly true for Coraopolis.
Yes. And that's, I mean, primarily Coraopolis, right? Because I too have not been out of Coraopolis.
We don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
No idea what's going on.
It's been great
in the rest of the world, but.
The borough has also been a big help. Ray McCutcheon has been really good about responding and been a part of our newsletters, helping us get the word out. Cinda Wade, all of the borough council members, our mayor Sean Reed and his wife Karen. Sean and Karen help us every single week at the food pantry packing bags. Michelle Santacola, Anita Kulik, Anita and Joe Kulik. I mean, it's remarkable. Everybody's coming together to just get it.
Yeah.
We're super proud, super happy.
Awesome. Okay. So anything else, ladies?
No,
I have to feed my children.
Yeah, I know. You have to feed your children. We're like at that time where it's like time's up. No, but I think we hit everything we wanted to talk about, everything that I think you guys shine in. And if anybody wants to do anything, be involved, donate, volunteer, have a cereal drive, anything, all of our information is on Facebook, or just comment in the comments of this video and we will get you in touch with who you need to be in touch with, right? I mean, it's
we have a telephone number. It's 412-329-8247. It's a voicemail. It's a Google Voice. So if you leave your message, Krista will eventually be returning these phone calls, but I check that voicemail box 3 to 4 times a day. And currently I am returning all calls that come in through there. And our website, www.corycdc.org. Our contact information is there as well.
Okay, awesome. Thank you both so very much.
Thanks, Leah.
Having us on here.
Hopefully this reaches just one more person that either A, needs the help, or B, wants to help, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate your time. And let's look forward to the next few months of getting things done.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Leah.
You're welcome. Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
Bye.
Bye.